And welcome into the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. The snow has melted away here in Grafton, West Virginia, but one thing that hasn't faded is the Lady Bearcats' chance of heading to the state tournament. Can they come out on top tonight against a fellow Big Ten foe, the Lincoln Cougars? Welcome into the Scotty Hamilton Gym here on the Grafton Sports Network. I'm Parker Biller, joined tonight by Noah Flea Foley, and as always, Cage Andrews. Gentlemen, how are we today?
Good, man, good.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you guys. Glad we're back here. Had a boys game Saturday, and finally back doing another girls game. They've been on the road lately, and so let's talk about the Lady Cats team. They've been on a roll this year, winning all 16 of the games they have played. They come off a win at home against Buchanan Upshur last Friday. Why do you guys think this team has been successful, and what do you think they need to do to improve on their success as well?
Like I always say, man, their defense this year has been the key point to their success. Hartzell Keener preaches defense, and we see that this team can practice defense and play it really well in games, and that's why they're doing good. But on the other side, they just have to stop turning the ball over as much, because we saw in that Buchanan game, they struggled in the first half turning the ball over to Buchanan, and they had their largest deficit of the year, 7 points to Buchanan. So if they can clean the turnovers up, man, they're unstoppable.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Flea. And defense has been one of their main focal points, rebounding. You name it, anything that's scrappy, they're on the floor getting balls. And it's really just been an aggressive team, and they played so well together. They meshed well. Their chemistry has grown a lot throughout the year. We've seen that as well. But I just think they've got to get the rebounds tonight and play good defense and continue to do what they've done the entire year.
Yeah, I mean, they've almost been unstoppable when they defend the ball really well. Like I always say, this team is really good with their hands, even if it doesn't mean they get a turnover. They get those kickball violations that slows down your momentum, and that's a really big showstopper for this Grafton team.
Yeah, and they shot 43% from the field goal against, I think it was Buchanan. It was Buchanan, right? And so shooting-wise, they're not the best, but they get their points in the fast break opportunities that they force off of defense. So their defense translates into offense, and 14 steals a game and 33 rebounds against Buchanan. So really good there. Just got to keep that going.
Yeah, and that Buchanan team was not bad at all, man.
No.
Bobby Beltner told us they were dangerous, and for that first half and a little bit of the early third quarter, they were looking like Grafton's stop to an undefeated record.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And taking a look at the Lincoln Cougars, they are 7-9 right now, coming off a win against Bridgeport, 52-32 at home this Monday.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't have any practice yesterday, so their coach told us that they couldn't prepare for Grafton the way they wanted to. And they also have to stop the glass, so that means they have to get rebounds, stop Kenna Keener down there, stop Hadley Horn from getting those offensive rebounds, and they have to play their game, and they can't go to Grafton's game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And this Lincoln team, a lot different as well. They run about 10 different players on the floor throughout the night. Grafton, you only see them rotate about 6 or 7, so 2 different types of teams, and we'll see what goes down tonight. Cage, you got anything to add?
No, I'm just hoping to see something on both sides here. Have a good game.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Scotty Hamilton Gym, 3:52 left to go before tip-off, and we'll have some more pregame coverage, starting lineups, and head coaches coming up next. Stay with us. And welcome back in here on the Grafton Sports Network. Head coaches for tonight's matchup, the Lady Cats, coached by Hartzell Keener. He has been with this program for 3 years and has been coaching at Grafton High School for 14 years. He also is the assistant for boys basketball as well. And for the Cougars, coached by Rob Hawkins, a graduate of Salem International University. He has been with the program for 26 years. His total record with the team is 384 wins and 206 losses.
Good record, man.
Yep. Should be a fun matchup tonight. The undefeated Lady Cats looking to get another win on the books against the 7-9 Lincoln Cougars. Here's the tip, and we're underway inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. They're going to push tempo off the bat. Ray is blocked underneath, and a foul will be called.
That was a heck of a play, man, right out of the gate. 6 seconds into the game, and you have a monstrous block like that. That sets the tone for your team, man.
Yeah, exactly rightfully. Here comes Riley.
And Coach Hawkins told us they play 10 deep, so sometimes they even go 5 in, 5 out. So we could see a lot of different players tonight.
And that's something that he is going to look to tonight to really help carry this team. And that's a good sign when you can trust, 10 different players on the team to make plays happen. And that shot there by Sylvia Salerno. Salerno. I think Salerno.
Yeah, Grafton in this last 2-game stretch has started off a little bit slow, so we don't want to see them start off slow tonight. And if they can push the tempo, they got a really good chance to win this game.
Yeah, and another thing too, Flea, and another turnover there for the Lady Cats, but they get back on it. This Lady Cats team averages 12 steals a game and 14 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's a stat in itself alone.
Yeah, that's really insane, man. That shows you how good that this Grafton defense is, but they are having turnover trouble early off with 3 early turnovers tonight.
2 of them being blocks.
Yeah, and Grafton just got to fight their way back.
Back and forth basketball between both teams here at the start of the first quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Lincoln's playing up to Grafton's pace, and that's not something you really see because Grafton runs their own pace, but Lincoln's staying with them right now.
And Lincoln's got some height down there as well. The 6'1" Andrea Rockwell is down there below. She had a block there a minute ago, but that's going to be a problem tonight, but not right there for Kenna Keener. She gets her first basket of the night, a 1,000-point score for this Lady Bearcats team.
Yeah, Grafton has 2 of them, and Hadley Horn and Kenna Keener. So if you have 2 1,000-point scorers, you're in for a good night.
And a turnover there, but the Cougars back on it. Rockwell stole it. And here are the Cougars. Riley throws it down to Rockwell. Can't get it to go. Shot put up by Elder. And it's good.
Coach Hawkins also told us that they need to defend the glass. And right there, that was a really good box out from Lincoln to get the offensive rebound and get a second chance.
Keener throws cross court to Deaver. Then kicks to Beltner, and Beltner drains her shot. Natalie Beltner gets her first points of the night. Shot put up, and no good. Good rebound for Ray. And an early timeout on the floor, and Deaver seems to be injured.
Yeah, I think Hope's hurt.
Holding on to her right knee. She'll head to the bench. Ruth Horn, 6-man, will check in for the Lady Cats.
And Hope's a really good player for Grafton. She defends the ball really well and gets you 6 points a game, and she hits big shots when you need her, man. So that could be a big loss for Grafton down the road.
Yeah, and a great role player for this Lady Bearcats team.
I'll tell you what, man, it's pretty quiet in here right now, dude.
Yeah, I thought we'd see a lot more fans here tonight. I'm not sure about that, but Keener gets her shot to go. I mean, an undefeated team is not something that you see very often this late into the season. Shot is up, no good. Tough rebound. Keener, she got back on it. And here comes Natalie Beltner the other way, the freshman.
Little uncharacteristic for Grafton right now, sitting with 4 early turnovers in the first 3 minutes of this game.
And Beltner gets her shot to go. She averages 4 points a game. She's already up to that tonight. Yeah, and another thing, Flea, these early turnovers, and we saw them struggle the first half against Buchanan last Friday. I mean, they've not been a good first half team these past few weeks. Don't know if they're getting fatigued. I'm not sure what's going on, but you know Coach Keener will change that in the locker room come halftime.
Yeah, you know he will. And it could also be a little bit of a mindset thing, thinking that, oh, we don't need to worry about this team. And that could also be a big part of it.
Yeah, exactly right. And Kenna Keener will head to the free throw line. She is a 67% free throw shooter, averages 26 points a game. Gets that one to go. She's got 6 on the night tonight. And that one goes as well.
Grafton sitting in their 1-3-1 zone, and you see Jazzy Ray under the basket because of how fast she is, and she can get the loose balls under there.
Riley tries to find Elder underneath. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cougars.
And a thing this Grafton Lady Cats team does, they communicate really well on defense, so that's why they can run these more complicated defenses, because in order to run a 1-3-1 zone, you need a lot of communication, and Grafton knows how to run it, man.
And they force a turnover there. 5-second violation underneath. Good defense there from the Lady Bearcats.
Yeah, forcing Lincoln to turn the ball over once again. Their 5th of this first quarter. 6th, my bad.
And the Lady Bearcats up by 5. Horn, good move. Jump shot is good. Hadley Horn's shot is good. We've been shooting well from the field tonight, guys.
Yeah, she can really find her shot. Hadley Horn, that is. She's a really good pull-up shooter for Grafton.
And gets the ball there. Coach Hawkins said she is one of the best players in the Big Ten, if not the best.
And she plays like it, man.
Yeah. And jump ball called underneath. Deaver checks back in for the Lady Cats. And the Cougars bring in a whole new rotation. And we knew they were going to do this, Flea.
Yeah, that's a really good skill you can have if you can sub in five players that are equally as good as your starting lineup. That's a really good asset you want on your team.
So bringing it up the court.
Good to see Hope Deaver back in as well.
So here are the Cougars. McGill takes it inside. Good knock away from Jazzy Ray to force the turnover. And here come the Lady Bearcats in transition.
Lincoln's 7th turnover of the night. They really need to clean that up if they want to have a chance in this ball game.
Beltner, another shot in the corner. And Natalie Beltner is 100% from the field tonight. She's got 6 points, all in that corner over there. And another turnover for the Cougars. Lady Bearcats finding a rhythm.
That's their specialty, man. Defense.
And they do such a good job of it. And Deaver back in the game, tries a 3 and sinks it. Timeout, Lincoln Cougars, and the Lady Bearcats on fire in the first half, up 17-5 over the Cougars. We'll be right back. And welcome back into the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium. The Lady Bearcats on a roll up 17-5 over the Lincoln Cougars. And good shooting in the first half for the Lady Bearcats. Not something you see too often. More of a underneath shot type of team. But they shot well from the field so far.
Yeah, and we saw last game against Buckhannon, they started off really slow, taking some poor shots outside of the arc and inside the perimeter. But tonight, man, they're finding their rhythm, taking some good shots, and they're getting them to fall.
Kenna Keener up to 7 points. Natalie Beltner has 6. Hadley Horn has 2. And we'll see how they end the first quarter of play. 2:20 left to go. And Keener's going to tip the ball away. And another turnover for the Cougars. Horn shot this time no good.
Grafton gets most of their offensive possessions off of team's turnovers, and right now Lincoln has 9, make it 10. They've really got to step up and make an adjustment if they want to be in this game.
The turnover starting to stack up here for the Cougars. That turnover there by Grace Fortnoy couldn't hang on to the basketball. The Lady Bearcats capitalizing.
Yeah, I mean Lincoln started really hot, scoring 5 right out of the gate, but I mean Grafton's went on a 15-0 run, and that's not something you really see much.
And Keener's shot was way off, but it'll be out of bounds. The Bearcats will retain possession.
And Kenna Keener's game, she can shoot for sure, but her game is more inside the paint. She is really good inside the paint, so you can tell Lincoln's really focusing on her.
Yeah, Kenna Keener, 6 foot. She is tough underneath. Rebound by Beltner. And here comes Hadley Horn in transition. And a good block there.
Tell you what, man, Lincoln's protecting the rim tonight. They have 3 blocks already in this first quarter.
And a foul called on Jazzy Ray.
And you want to hear a crazy stat already? 7 minutes into this game, 15 combined turnovers. Lincoln
15.
with 10, Grafton with 5. I mean, a lot of turnover basketball, so that means there's a lot of fast pace going on.
Yeah, and that is just something that this Lady Bearcats team, it's been engraved in their mind all year, is how can we force as many turnovers as we can. And the shot there by McGill is good. She gets the second one to go as well. Here's Ray.
It looks like Lincoln out there. They all have the same shoes, man. That's
okay, yeah, they do.
I don't know. That's something I just noticed. I don't.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, good turnover there. Yeah, I didn't notice that, Flea, until you just pointed it out. And can't hang on to the basketball. And it'll be the Lady Bearcats' ball.
And it seems like Lincoln will have a really good defensive possession where they force a turnover, but they just come down the court and turn it right back over.
Yeah, and they took their starting 5 out pretty quickly. I mean, they were doing some good things in there. And I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but, you know, Coach Hawkins, he knows this team better than we do, so he must know something that we don't.
Yeah, he's won over almost 400 games here, so he knows what he's doing for sure.
Ray, corner shot, 3 and good. Jazzy Ray gets her first points of the night, and it'll be a 3-ball.
And, I mean, man, she doesn't score a lot, but she is one heck of a point guard. She can pass the ball and defend the ball really well.
She is scrappy, man.
She's the sole leader of this team, man. You can hear her out there every minute of the game.
Fortnoy struggling with the basketball. And McGill, Fortnoy kicks it inside, shot put up, and good. Good shot there from Hope Blackwell. She gets her first points of the game.
And if you were just watching the perimeter right there by the 3-point arc, Hadley Horn kicked her feet up. That's a really hard skill to learn, to jump and kick your feet up and try and force a kickball. It's a good skill to have in basketball.
And Horn, a rare turnover, throws it out of bounds. And her sister Ruth Horn will check into the game for Natalie Beltner with 3.6 seconds to go in the first quarter.
She's been a really good 6-man for Grafton this year.
Shot put up, Portnoy almost in, and that will be the end of the first quarter. The Lady Bearcats jump ahead 20-9, good start for them, and we'll be right back with the second quarter of play. And the undefeated Lady Cats are hosting a designer bag bingo on March the 2nd inside of the St. Augustine Social Center in Grafton, West Virginia. Doors open at 1 p.m. You must be 18 years or older to play. All proceeds benefit to the GHS Lady Bearcats basketball team. Once again, that's on March the 2nd at the St. Augustine Social Center. Guys, is a good first quarter for the Lady Bearcats, jumping ahead here to a good lead. Kenna Keener 7 points. Natalie Beltner has 6. And what's your takeaways from the first quarter?
I mean, Lincoln really has to fix their turnover problem, man. They came out of that first quarter. Remind you, it's the first quarter, 8 minutes of basketball with 11 turnovers. That is something you do not want to see if you're Coach Hawkins. You really got to step up and make some changes on offense if you want to have a chance, like I said, in this game.
And the Lady Bearcats average 12 steals a game, so already well onto that, and it's going to be an exciting contest, hopefully. So here are the Lady Bearcats, confident in possession. Here's Deaver.
And Grafton really likes to find those cross-court passes.
They do. And Ray just in and out. And you can see the chemistry in this team as well, Flea. I mean, they have been building this chemistry for a long time, and it has done them some good because they played a lot of games together. They played exceptionally well this year, and another timeout called from the Cougars. We'll be right back. All right, and a quick timeout there forced by the Lady Bearcats on the Lincoln Cougars. What'd you see, Flea?
Yeah, going back to Grafton's chemistry, man. Just Jazzy Ray and Hope Deaver, two of the best perimeter defenders in the Big Ten, stepping up for Grafton and forcing a timeout from Coach Hawkins.
You just got to love how scrappy this team is.
Yeah, man, that's going back to their chemistry. They know how to play with each other, where everyone's going to be, everyone's mood. If one player's not stepping up, then they have a lot of players that can. So that's something you really love to see out of a Grafton team.
Foul called on the play on Hadley Horn. Natalie Beltner will check in for the Lady Bearcats. And, you know, not a lot of depth. I mean, there is some depth on this Grafton roster, but they only play about 6 to 7 girls a game. Meanwhile, this Cougars team, they go about 10 deep, and they've done it here tonight. Hasn't been working for him. Shot no good. Keener the other way. Loses the ball. And Riley hanging on to the basketball.
I know we've been talking about Lincoln's turnovers with 12 tonight, but Grafton also has 8 of their own, so 20 combined turnovers in the first 9 minutes of this game that's a fast tempo game.
It's been some sloppy basketball too. Inside shot put up and good for Sylvia Salerno. She's got 5 on the night.
I mean, this Lincoln team, man, they're really good at finding those backdoor cuts, as we just saw there. She just found her player and really simple cut and layup. Got it to fall.
Lacks possession here for the Lady Bearcats. Good find inside to Deaver. Kicks to Keener.
She thought about it, man, and she's made some this year, so if she's confident enough, man, she has the green light.
Knocked out of bounds by Elder. Shout out to the GHS cheerleaders, always showing up and supporting the Bearcats. They do a great job over there.
Yeah, they always put in a lot of hard work, and we actually did a huddle episode with them. So go check out our YouTube channel if you want to watch that.
Yeah, at the Grafton Sports Network, we post a lot of good content on there. Weekly podcasts about Grafton and WVU sports. Should be releasing one tomorrow, I think, Flea.
Yes, we are, man.
On wrestling.
Coach Shoemaker, what a guy he is, man.
Pretty good episode. Be sure to go check it out. Here's Deaver with the inbound, and risky pass to Horn, knocked out of bounds once again by Elder.
I'll tell you what, man, these last 4 games that we've done, we've seen Grafton do a lot of risky passes, like going back to that Buchanan game. Someone threw one across the court, and we saw a player come down hard. So if they can just be a little more decisive and smart with their passes, turn the ball less over, they're going to be a deadly team come March.
And Not sure what's going on here, Flea.
I don't either, man, but
I think they blew the whistle and went ahead with the play before the referee cleared it. So they'll get another crack at it.
I mean, Lincoln's had a really good defensive possession. They've made Grafton turn the ball inbounds 3 times in a single possession. That's really a good defensive stand.
Yeah, and Lincoln's original starting 5 now back in the game. Ray, another cornered free. This time it's way short. And a little bit of full court pressure here from the Lady Bearcats. The Cougars break it. Riley, easy find down below to Andrea Rockwell. And that's her first bucket of the night.
And that's what can be bad about running a press sometimes. You have an open man down there under the paint most of the time, every time, and you just don't have the numbers back to stop a fast break.
Keener can't hang on to the basketball. It'll stay with the Lady Bearcats.
That's not something you really see much out of Kenna Keener either, because she's really strong with the basketball in her hands. It's hard to get away from her.
Horn, cross court, Ray. And Deaver, another risky pass. This time it's picked off. And here come the Cougars. They've got numbers. Good defense from Hadley Horn, but they'll call a kickball violation, but good job getting your foot in there to knock that ball out of play.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, having that instinct to just get a body part out there and stop a ball from coming in is a really special skill to have in a sport like basketball.
Hadley Horn, such a fun player to watch. Fast up and down the court, physical. She has been an amazing player for this Lady Bearcats team, the all-time leading scorer. And a turnover there, travel is called on the Cougars.
13th of the night for Lincoln. They like keep going back to it, man. They gotta fix that problem.
Only down by 7 though.
Yeah.
So definitely not out yet, but
Yeah.
definitely we'll get a stern talking to from Coach Hawkins in the locker room.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's coached over 600 games here, so he's gonna have a good adjustment for him for sure.
Horn, foul line shot, no good. Rebound by Keener and an easy putback for Kenna Keener. She's got 9 on the night. And it's so good when you can have a big down there to just put back your shots, put them back on rebounds, and score points.
Yeah, and Coach Hawkins told us that they need to defend the glass really well, and Kenna Keener, man, has been getting her way down there a little bit tonight.
And Andrea Walkwell, another shot for her. And Beltner feeds it inside to Horn, kicks to Keener, tries to draw the pump fake. And Keener will be fouled and won. And a great shot from Kenna Keener, the underhand layup. And she will head to the line to make it a 3-point play.
And that's why coaches preach to stay on your feet, even if you see them go for a little pump fake, because you can tell by their legs if they're gonna jump or not. But that was a really good move from Kenna Keener in the corner to get an and one, and now she's shooting for another.
She gets it. Kenna Keener, the 6-foot junior, averages a lot of points a game, almost a double-double each game.
This Grafton team, they're really fundamentally sound, man. Going back to that pump fake rule, we see them use a lot of pump fakes around the three-point area, and that they can get some good plays like that going.
Here is Lincoln. About 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Hangs on to the basketball. And the ball thrown everywhere. Ray struggles to hang on. But an easy find inside to Beltner, and Beltner will lay it in. And Beltner's got 8 on the night.
What a player she's going to be, man. She steps up for this Grafton team when they really need her the most.
And only a freshman, blocked by Keener. Good defense, and here come the second rotation for the Lincoln Cougars.
Only 4 this time, though.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've not seen a whole lot of that before in high school basketball.
But if you know how to run it, man, if you have 10 people that can come out and play every night, it's a really good thing to have on a team.
Yeah, and you've seen consistency from both lineups. We'll see what they can do here. Fortnoy.
Grafton's running a little bit of man now.
Shot put up, too strong for Blackwell, and there'll be a foul called underneath. Sadie Adams will head to the free throw line. 71% free throw shooter. Averages 10 points a game.
Looks like Ruth Horn's coming back in for Grafton. I'm pretty sure she has checked into this game at least over 5 times
Five
already.
times, yeah. And she's been a really good six-man, Flea. Only a sophomore. And she's played really well this year.
Yeah, she has. She's a good spark off the bench. Can give you a solid 20 minutes a night, and she really puts in her dues here.
She's got room to grow as well. The shot was good there by Adams.
And especially if you have a sister like Hadley Horn, man,
Yeah.
she can teach you a thing or two.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that one. And Adams gets both the fall, cuts the lead to just 10.
And this Grafton team is really hard to defend sometimes too, because as we just saw there, they slowed down tempo, but you really don't know what tempo they're going to run because they like to push the pace and then sometimes they slow it down.
Hadley Horn shot no good, rebounded by Keener, but they can't get anything to go.
10th turnover of the night for Grafton. 24 turnovers in this game already.
It's a big number. It's been a physical basketball game. Toth fouled inside by Ruth Horn. It'll be on the floor.
Good play, though, from the Lincoln Cougar player to hold her ground and keep the basketball.
Fortnoy got to get it in. Bounce pass. Toth up. And good defense there from Horn to keep her arm straight up and not be called for the foul.
I always say inbounding the basketball in basketball is probably one of the most underrated, hardest things you can do in the game.
It is hard because you got to think you're going from a completely dead play, no movement. You got to make a set piece, and you got to get open. It's very hard.
You got to know where everyone is and everyone's going to be at.
Beltner, corner shot, can't fall. Horn tries to save it, but it'll be out of bounds and stay with the Lady Cats.
I mean, the turnover problem for Lincoln is really holding them back in this game, but to be down only 10 with 14 turnovers in a high school basketball game is really impressive.
And especially against this undefeated Lady Bearcats team. The foul called on Bristol Toth. Hadley Horn will head to the free throw line. If it's 75% free throw shooter, she averages 17 points a game. And this time it won't fall. Emery Riley will check in for the Cougars.
A little bit of a smaller lineup for Lincoln now. Don't have a big down there like Hawkins likes to run.
Yeah, Riley only 5'4". They've got like four different girls that are 5'4" in their roster. So I think that's why they mix it up so much, Flea.
Yeah, they can run a lot of different sets if you have people with the size of Lincoln. That's a really good thing to have.
Under 2 minutes to go, and a bad pass there, thrown away. Here comes Riley. And good defense from Beltner. She finds Keener. Keener up the court. Shot is good, laid in off the glass. Kenna Keener has 14 points on the night, and another timeout called by Coach Hawkins. 1:39 left to go in the second. The Lady Bearcats lead 29-17 over the Lincoln Cougars. We'll be right back. And welcome back into the Scotty Hamilton Gym. The Lady Bearcats up pretty big. Flea, what have been your takeaways so far?
For sure, the turnover battle, man. Grafton has 11 of their own, but they're lucky enough to force 15 Lincoln turnovers, and for Lincoln to be down 12 with 15 turnovers, really impressive stuff.
Shot put up, no good. Good defense from Deaver. She gets a steal. Pushing tempo in the front court. Deaver is fouled and one. Tough shot from Hope Deaver. She's got 5 on the night, and she's going to head to the line for a chance at another point.
Yeah, man, like we were talking about, she scores in the big moments for Grafton when you really need her to, and that was a really big bucket for Grafton to get the momentum back.
Hope Deaver, the senior, a transfer from Lewis County. She's a 54% free throw shooter. This time it's no good, but good rebound from Horn. Shot won't fall, but she will head to the free throw line.
The bench was ready to go crazy if that went in, man. 2 and 1s in a row would have been insane.
And a great play there from Allie Horn to just get the rebound and be physical underneath and put the shot back up and draw the foul.
Yeah, she's not the tallest player, but she for sure is the fastest player on the court at all times, and that's what really excels her game.
All-state soccer player as well.
And a state champion in track, so
Yeah.
can't ask for a better athlete on an undefeated Lady Cats team like this.
And Horn misses the second. And the Cougars go into halftime with some positives. A foul will be called. And Maddie Fryer is going to check in for the Lady Bearcats, seeing her first minutes of the night. And good find inside, but Keener will be called for a foul. Andrea Rockwell tried to throw the shot up, and Keener will be called for a foul.
I'll tell you what, Hartzell Keener was not a fan of that call, man. From our angle, it was a hard call to make, but
he was very vocal on that one.
yes, he was.
Amara Kane will check in for the Lady Bearcats.
He's a very vocal coach, and if you want to be successful in the high school basketball level, you need a coach that is not scared to be vocal.
Rockwell at the line. She's a 43% free throw shooter. This time it's good. Excuse me, now Kane checks into the game. Jumped the gun a little bit with that one. And the Lady Bearcats in a comfortable lead, but I assume they're going to get a good message at halftime about turnovers. You'd have to, thankfully.
Yeah, they will. I mean, 11 turnovers in a first half of a basketball game is not going to cut it. The only bright side you can look is they're winning the turnover battle +5, but you can't turn the ball over 11 times in a first half and expect to come out up top.
Yeah, if this is a team that's going to play well during tournament time, they've got to clean that up. Physical play underneath the jump ball will be called under a minute to go.
And Hartzell Keener, he always tells us when we talk to him that they need to clean up the turnovers. And these last 2 games have been a struggle for them in the turnovers.
Here's the inbound underneath. Beltner. Deaver thought about it. And this time she does shoot it, pulls the trigger, it's no good. Too much power on that one, and here comes Riley the other way. Good find inside. The shot is good by Bristol Toth.
This is good momentum for Lincoln to go into half with, ending on some buckets and some good defense.
Kane back out to Deaver. Under 20 seconds to go. Lady Bearcats just holding on to the basketball, trying to run out the clock as much as possible. Fryer, and they can't get a shot off, and the time expires. The Cougars cannot get a shot off either, and that is the end of the first half. The Lady Bearcats go into the half 32, the Lincoln Cougars 21. We'll be back with some more halftime coverage. Stay with us. And welcome back in. It's halftime here at the Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium, home of the Grafton Bearcats and Lady Cats. 3 minutes left to go before half. And just a reminder that the Grafton Sports Network is now selling merchandise. T-shirts cost $25 and sweatshirts are $35. Make sure to go check out our Instagram and Facebook page for more information. Forms are due this Friday, February 14th. If you have any questions or would like some merch, text 304-669-5303. Once again, that's 304-669-5303. All proceeds go to help support broadcasts like these. All right, welcome in, guys. It's halftime. We're going to go over some stats here of the first half. I'm going to read some off here. Hadley Horns got 3 points on the night. Kenna Keener has 14. Jazzy Ray hit a corner 3. Hope Deaver has 5 on the night, and Natalie Beltner has 8. Looking at the Cougars, Sylvia Salerno has 5. Sadie Adams has 2. Elder has 2. Andrea Rockwell has 6. And from the field, the Lady Bearcats shooting 60%, which is considerably better than they have been all year, but it was only the first half. We'll see what that is towards the end of the game. And for the Cougars, shooting 41% from the field. What do we got for turnover-wise, Flea?
Yeah, I mean, Lincoln, especially, this is the story of the game right now. They have 16 turnovers in that first half, accounted to Grafton's 13 turnovers. So Grafton winning the turnover battle by 3 right now.
Not very much, though.
Not very much at all. And to only have an 11-point lead, that's not comfortable with me right now at all.
And I can tell you one thing, Hartsel Keener is not comfortable where he's at right now either. He is going to fire this team up, and coming out of halftime, they usually play pretty well. So we'll see how that goes. But the Lady Bearcats up 32-21 over the Lincoln Cougars. We'll be right back for the second half of play. Stay with us. Stay with us. And the undefeated Lady Cats are hosting a designer bag bingo March the 2nd inside of the St. Augustine Social Center in Grafton, West Virginia. Doors open at 1 p.m. You must be 18 years or older to play, and all proceeds benefit the GHS Lady Bearcats basketball team. All right, second half of play just about ready to go. From the field tonight, the Lady Bearcats shooting 60% and the Lincoln Cougars shooting 41%. And it's been a battle of turnovers and loose balls all night tonight.
Yes, it has 29 combined turnovers in that first half. If you can see these teams quit turning the ball over, we're going to have a pretty good finish here, man.
Yeah, and the Lady Bearcats up, but not comfortably. And we'll see how this plays out in the second half. The undefeated Lady Bearcats taking on the 7-9 Lincoln Cougars. Second half of play. Here we go. And right out of the gate, a turnover. Bad pass there.
Not what you want to see out of halftime if you're Coach Hawkins. Doing the same mistakes you had in the first half.
And can the Lady Bearcats capitalize? Here's Beltner.
Grafton really utilizing these cross-court passes right now, man. That's where most of their turnovers are coming from, those risky cross-court passes.
It's also where most of their points are coming from, too. So it's a kind of a risk-reward type of thing. And Horn's going to try a 3 just off the front of the iron. No good.
Lincoln's done really well rebounding against this really good Grafton team. And Coach Hawkins, man, told us he wants to defend the glass, and they're doing well tonight.
Corner 3, no good by Adams. And here comes Horn the other way. Just weaving through defenders. Tries to put it up. No foul called, but Keener's right there to put it back in. And Kenna Keener, a great night for her tonight. 16 points.
That's really the only way to stop Hadley Horn in the open court. When she's running straight at you is the fouler, man.
Yeah. Good defense there to protect the rim. It's getting loud in here, Flea.
Yes, it is.
And Keener uses her long arms to force the turnover. She's going to take it inside and lays it in off the glass. Another layup there for Kenna Keener. An amazing game for her tonight.
Yeah, 18 points on the night. She's having a really good game. And so is this Grafton defense, forcing 19 Lincoln turnovers.
I told you coming out of halftime, they're going to be a different team. Beltner shot no good. Keener can't put it back up. Struggles to hang on to the basketball. Here's Horn.
I know how we always talk about a ball's going to come through this table, man. Kenna Keener
Kenna almost fell on the table. You don't mean to laugh, but that was, I don't know, man. I've never seen that.
She'd probably laugh if she was
Yeah,
radio,
she,
so.
you know she would too. Whoa, and there's Evan Weatherby making his voice known. And a timeout called. Coach Hawkins not liking what he's seeing coming out of the half. The Lady Bearcats still lead 36-21. We'll be back. And welcome back in. Lady Bearcats up top with a lead. And Coach Hawkins had forced to call a timeout there. Didn't like what he saw on the floor. And if you're Coach Hawkins right now, Flea, what are you telling your team? What adjustments are you making?
Ball security, man. They already have 3 second-half turnovers, 19 in total. That is not what you want to see if you're a head coach in basketball.
And right there, a deflection there from Kenna Keener. They've done a great job tonight, the Cougars and the Bearcats, of defending the inbound.
Grafton runs a lot of inbound plays, man.
Ray, the shot rolls in for Jazzy Ray, and that's her second 3 of the night.
Jazzy Ray, she gets most of her points from outside the arc, and when she can hit them, man, she hits them.
And a good shooting percentage tonight for the Lady Bearcats. They've shot considerably better than they have in recent games.
Yeah, at halftime they were shooting 60%, and that whole Buchanan game, man, they didn't even break 50, so considerably better.
Yep. And the shot put up there by Adriana Elder, and she got fouled as well, so she's going to head to the line, maybe to make it a 3-point play.
That's the kind of energy you want to see if you're Coach Hawkins. Your players battling through a 16-point deficit and getting at the free throw line.
Elder at the line, a 58% free throw shooter. She averages 5 points a game. And Ruth Horn will check into the game for the Lady Bearcats. And 3 fouls for Hadley Horn on tonight. Not a good sign. Not the fourth quarter yet. Beltner tries a shot. It's wide. Horn tries to save it and almost runs into the table again.
Dude,
we're getting a lot of action tonight, guys.
Two times that has almost happened, dude.
2 close calls. At least she apologized.
She did, man.
No need to apologize, Ruth. You're good. She's been a great player this year for the Lady Bearcats.
And she supports us a lot, dude. So
yeah, shout out to the Horn family, big supporters of the broadcast. And good defense from Jazzy Ray, but they'll get a foul. And she'd love to have that one back. That's 3 fouls for her tonight as well. And she's going to come out of the game.
Grafton getting themselves in a little bit of foul trouble, and that's not what you want to see if you're Coach Hartzell Keener, because if you lose some of your most valuable players, you got to rely on your bench, and that's something Grafton hasn't really done that much this year.
In the corner, trying to take it inside. Elder, shot no good, rebounded by Keener. Good defense.
For being as tall as Kenna Keener, she can run the floor really well for being a 6-footer. She's a really good passer.
Beltner trying to set up the offense. Go ahead.
Sorry,
No,
we always see Grafton kind of slow down tempo a little bit in the second half so they can chew a little bit of the clock out and keep their lead.
Kenna Keener will draw the foul inside, and she will head to the free throw line. She's so good at drawing those fouls, Flea, and she's been to the line a lot this year and tonight as well. This time it's no good. And misses both of them. Not something you see from Kenna Keener very often. Shot is deflected. Adams hangs on. The foul is called. It's been a physical game tonight.
Yeah, it has, man. I was just about to say Grafton's really good at getting in there and making a play happen with their hands, and we just saw Maddie Fryer and Hope Deaver surround the ball and force a really good defensive possession.
I feel like, Flea, if you just made this Lady Bearcats team play defense and they couldn't play offense again in a game, I feel like just them playing defense alone
would still be enough.
Yes.
Yes, it would.
And you love to see that old school type of defensive basketball.
Yeah, man. Grafton relies on defense and mid-ranges and layups. That's some early 2000s type of basketball right there.
Especially in an era right now where the three-pointer is the most potent play in basketball. Not sure what's going on here. Stop the clock, and the clock is now up to 35 minutes. Definitely not right. Any idea what's going on here, guys?
No.
The officials had a meeting over there in the corner. Not sure what it was about.
We don't really see clock malfunctions here, so
No.
something must have been going on.
They get the inbound in, blocked by Beltner. Good play for her, the 6-foot freshman. And here comes the second rotation for the Cougars.
That's a style of coaching you really do not see anymore, 5 in, 5 out. And like I've always been saying tonight, if you can run it effectively, it's a really good thing to have.
And they've held their own against this Lady Bearcats team. I mean, this is a top 3 ranked AAA team, this Lady Bearcats team is. And, you know, the Lincoln Cougars 7-9 right now, not a winning record. But they've beaten some good teams, the Bridgeport, RCB, Fairmont Senior.
Yeah, and every game in the Big Ten, it's going to be a battle no matter who you play. If you play the bottom, if you play the top, it's going to be a hard game.
But this Grafton team definitely one of the toughest in the Big Ten and in AAA to face off against. And Beltner tries to feed it inside to Keener. It'll be taken away, but a foul will be called on Keener as Toth was trying to grab the basketball.
36 combined turnovers in this game, and it's only the third quarter, and there's still 11 minutes left to play. So, I mean, that's unheard of, 36 turnovers.
I can tell you one thing, both teams going to be working on that in practice this week.
Yeah, Grafton 16 turnovers, Lincoln 20. Grafton's really lucky that Lincoln's turning the ball over because they could have themselves in a game if not.
And a foul called inside in the paint. And a foul was called on Ruth Horn. That's her second of the game. And 5 team fouls right now for the Lady Bearcats compared to a Lincoln Cougars 1.
Yeah, Grafton, that's how you know Grafton's a physical team if they have more fouls than the other.
They've struggled with keeping those fouls down tonight, too. The shot no good by Bristol Toth. She is a 48% free throw shooter. Averages 6 points a game. And can't get any of them to fall. Kane with the rebound. Slowing down tempo, here's Deaver at the top of the key.
A little bit of a younger lineup in for Grafton. A freshman, 2 sophomores, and 2 seniors. Not something you see out of Coach Gaynor.
Yeah, definitely an interesting lineup. He's been trying some new things tonight.
Hey, that's what fouls can do to you, man.
And Amara Kane in the game as well. She doesn't get a lot of playing time. She's in tonight.
You like to see these players that don't get that much varsity time step up in a big game like this and make their presence known.
Yeah, it's got to boost your ego as well, too.
Basketball is a game of confidence.
That's exactly right. Confidence and swagger. Good defense against the Lady Bearcats.
This is exceptional defense from Lincoln right now. Grafton hasn't been able to find a pass inside the paint, and that's really where they want to go to against a small Lincoln lineup.
Deaver finally breaks it, kicks to Fryer inside, but will be fouled by Ava McGill. And I'm not sure if they were trying to hold on to the ball or if they couldn't get anything inside.
No idea, but that possession lasted over a minute, and that's where people want to argue that a shot clock needs to be implemented into high school basketball.
Fryer shot in the corner, can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Toth. Cross court, corner shot, no good. Good rebound from Fryer, physical play, and she will be fouled. An offensive foul called on Ava McGill. That's her second on the night.
This Grafton team, they like to make their presence known on the bench, on the court, everywhere. Scotty Hamilton's one of the hardest places to play in West Virginia.
Yeah, and this has been a really, really good team this year. They've been coached exceptionally well by Coach Keener. And the State's run is looking more intimate every day that they play a good basketball game.
If they want to make a State's run, though, they gotta fix that turnover problem. They have 17 tonight. Lincoln has 37, combined turnovers.
At the line, McGill gets it to fall. And let's look at some of these games here, Flea, that the Lady Bearcats have played in. They beat Buchanan Upshur 51-31, Bridgeport 43-19, RCB 64-37, and that's just to name a few.
Yeah, they had a stretch of games there where they only won by 3 or 2 points, where they beat East Fairmont by 2 points, St. Mary's by 3 points, and those are some of the top teams in the state.
Definitely been an exciting team to watch all year. I can tell you that. From a commentator's perspective, it's been pretty fun.
Yes, it has.
Here's Fryer. Good find inside to Beltner. She's going to juke and jive inside. Natalie Beltner gets the bucket to fall. She's got 10 on the night. She only averages 4 a game.
Yeah, she's really stepped up tonight. It's like she's playing against that North Marion team again, because she had a career night against them with 18 points, and she's playing really good right now.
Pressure in the corner, but Fryer gets it back out to Beltner. Under 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Kane to Beltner.
That was a heck of a move from Hope Deaver there just a minute ago.
I didn't see it. What happened?
She just crossed her opponent up, man. It's a really shifty move to get some space. That's what you want to see out of a guard.
She's playing good defense right there. Almost forces a turnover. Underneath the Cougars. And the shot put up there, no good for Toth. And rebounded by Kane, under 10 seconds to go. And Deaver gonna try a deep shot, and it's no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. The Lady Bearcats lead 41-25 over the Lincoln Cougars. We'll be right back on the Grafton Sports Network. And the Taylor County FFA chapter is hosting their annual ham, bacon, and egg sale on March the 21st, just outside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym in the Commons area. Buyer's reception starts at 6:30, and the sale begins at 7. Make sure you go check it out on March the 21st here, just outside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym. It's a great thing that they do over there. All right, fourth quarter of play just about to begin. The Lady Bearcats have the lead, 41-25, over the Lincoln Cougars. And what have been your takeaways so far of this game, guys?
The turnovers, dude. Grafton sitting at 17 turnovers. Lincoln with 20. Like I keep saying, Grafton's lucky that Lincoln has 3 more turnovers than them, because if not, this could be one heck of a finish.
And Kenna Keener having 18 points on the night. Natalie Beltner has 10. And it's been all around good play from this Lady Bearcats squad. Shooting percentage-wise, they've been good from the field tonight as well. Here's Horn, kicks to Keener.
Hadley Horn has been really quiet on the offensive side of the ball, but she makes her presence known everywhere else if she doesn't score a lot.
Yeah, she's forced some turnovers, played good defense. And it's like if one player on this Bearcats team doesn't have a good night, then another one just steps up and fills the shoes. I mean, that's how it's been all year. And that's something, if you're Coach Keener, you're really impressed by and you're really excited by as well.
Yeah, and tonight Natalie Beltner has really stepped up big for this team, scoring 10 points when she only averages 4. And especially Jazzy Ray stepping up, scoring 2 really big three-pointers for them.
Yeah. So you love to see that they can score the ball in a lot of different ways. Like we always say, defense is the key for this team. But the defense from the Lincoln Cougars forces a turnover right there.
18th for Grafton, 38 combined in this game. That's how you know a game is moving fast and a lot of sloppy basketball being played.
This time the foul called on Hope Deaver. That's her 3rd on the night. Lady Bearcats still struggling and in foul trouble.
Pretty sure every starter for Grafton is in foul trouble, if not close, except for Natalie Beltner.
Yeah. Corner 3, no good there from Sadie Adams. And a foul called underneath on Kenna Keener. And that's her 4th of the night. She's going to come out of the game. Ruth Horn will check in for her.
Refs are calling this game tight, and the Grafton fans in Scotty Hamilton Gymnasium did not like that call one bit.
Not one bit. Cross-court corner shot put up, and it's no good for Adams. And another foul called underneath. This time, it's on the Cougars. And they are calling this game pretty tightly.
Yeah, they are. That's not something you really see much unless it's a really close game. And Grafton has a comfortable lead with 16, but refs are still calling it like it's a 6-point game.
Horn nabs the pass. Shot at the free throw line, way off.
I think a Lincoln player tipped that from behind her because she didn't see anything coming. And Adams can't hang on to the basketball, but it'll stay with the Cougars anyway. This Grafton defense is really good no matter what part of the game, what's happening in the game, the score of the game. They always play with the same amount of energy, and that's what you love to see out of a team. And when you have a coach that coaches with so much intensity too, that wears off onto the team as well. And the shot there by Sylvia Salerno. She's got 8 on the night. A lot of balanced scoring for Lincoln. We haven't seen a player like Kenna Keener for them tonight that's leading the way, but balanced scoring can get you far in basketball. Yeah, they have a lot of players who can score on the floor each night. They've got 7 girls that have at least 2 points tonight. And there's Ruth Horn. She's going to try a 3. No good. And a timeout is called by Coach Keener with 5:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Lady Bearcats lead 41-27. We'll be right back on the Grafton Sports Network.
And welcome back in here in the Scotty Hamilton Gym. 5:43 left to go in the fourth. Kenna Keener for the Lady Bearcats, 18 points. Natalie Beltner, 10 for the Lincoln Cougars. Sylvine Salerno has 8, and Andrea Rockwell has 6 on the night. A lot of different scores for this Cougars team. They sub in 2 different lineups, and it hasn't worked exceptionally well, but they've stayed in this game for the most part tonight.
Yeah, they have only down 14 with as many turnovers as that. I mean, you can't be happy about the turnovers, but you can't be mad about the outcome.
Riley shot no good, and here comes Horn. She's got a lot of space, and she's going to give it to Jazzy Ray, who's going to lay it in. Great vision and what am I trying to say, Flee? Unselfish basketball there from Hadley Horn.
Yeah, she's a really unselfish player. She likes to get everyone involved, and getting Jazzy Ray involved there with 8 points for Grafton tonight.
I'm telling you, man, we've been doing a lot of games. I'm getting kind of lagged a little bit.
I know exactly what you mean.
But we'd like to thank everyone for watching tonight and supporting the Grafton Sports Network, because it does take a lot of work to do all these broadcasts, and we appreciate your support.
40 combined turnovers tonight. They cracked the margin.
Yes, they did, Flea. Under 5 minutes to go in the final quarter.
This is where you start to see Grafton just slow down tempo, because 16 points in basketball is nothing if you have a high-powered offense.
And they've got so much momentum going into this game. I mean, 16 wins, no losses, a clean record. I mean, that's really just a confidence booster if you're a coach and if you're a player on this team.
Yeah, and they have a lot of quality wins, like going back to St. Mary's, East Fairmont, Bridgeport, all those. I mean, this team is one of the most feared teams, if not the most feared team in AAA right now.
Beltner will be fouled hard, and she's going to head to the line. She's got 10 on the night, a 53% free throw shooter. The 6-foot freshman, and she has stepped up in a big way this year.
Yes, she has. She's going to be good down the road for Grafton.
This time it's no good. They've struggled from the line a little bit tonight. Toth will check in for the Cougars. This time it falls. Riley pushing tempo. It can't go. Good rebound from Maddie Fryer, though.
Man, she is fast. And that's what you got to do down 17 with under 5 to play, is push the tempo.
Yeah, the Lincoln Cougars got to put a little pep in their step if they want to get back in this game. Under 4 minutes to go.
And I mean, Grafton could turn the ball over any time. They have 19 tonight, and Lincoln's playing some really good defense on them.
Horn. And they're just going to take their time and run out the clock as much as possible.
High school basketball, man, would be such a different game and atmosphere if you had a shot clock. I'm just saying, Cage, if you had a shot clock. I'm not saying you should, but there's a lot of people that like to argue.
It's been a hot debate in recent years. I definitely think it's worth considering.
Yeah, even if it's like 35 or.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be the standard, but I think that something like that would, I think, progress games faster, maybe a little more faster of a play styles from teams. I mean, it's definitely, you got to up the tempo if you have a shot clock, you know.
Exactly.
Lady Bearcats lead 44-27 over the Lincoln Cougars. 1 minute timeout. We'll be right back. And if you like what you see here tonight, make sure to go check out our own YouTube page at the Grafton Sports Network. Post weekly podcasts breaking down Grafton and WVU Sports. We're also selling merch. Make sure to go check out our Instagram and Facebook page for more information. Forms are due this Friday. Reach out to us if you've got any questions or if you'd like to buy some merch. All right, guys, 3:16 left to go in this matchup, and the Lady Bearcats on top like usual, 44-27, and it's been a struggle with turnovers tonight, but they've still maintained the lead, still played like they always do, physical and scrappy. Coming out of halftime, they've played exceptionally well. Struggled in the first half, but we're here now.
Yeah, Lincoln only has 12 points out of halftime, so that's a really good sign of good defense from this Grafton Lady Cats squad.
Defensive foul called on Allie Hott.
And I mean, when you watch these teams play against Grafton, they just don't have the stamina to keep up with Grafton. It looks like Grafton never gets tired. And
No.
body language, man, if someone picks up on your body language in basketball, it could be a game killer.
And that's a testament to how hard these coaches work these girls in practice and how physical and how hard they want to play. The shot there by Salerno is good. She's got 10 on the night. But yeah, I mean, going back to that, Flea, they're such a well-conditioned team compared to a lot of different teams throughout the state. And I think that's something they need to pride themselves on and something they need to continue to do if they're going to remain successful.
Yeah, if you want to be successful in any aspect of your sport, no matter what it is, no matter what level you play at, you have to have a good physical standpoint. Stamina is one of the most underrated things you can have in a sport.
Deaver misses her free throw. And the Lady Bearcats have not shot the ball well at the free throw line tonight.
Not at all. And stamina, it also comes down to like shooting free throws late in the game, and it can ruin your rhythm. I mean, if you don't have that much stamina and you're really tired at the end of a game, you're more likely to miss most of your shots.
So Deaver sinks that one. 6 points for her on the night. And 2:35 left to go in the fourth. The Lady Bearcats lead 45-29. Guys, would have been, I don't know, there's not much else to talk about. I feel like we've talked about everything there is to talk about.
Cage just gave me a stat. Grafton shooting 6 for 15 from the foul line tonight. And foul shots are a critical part of the game, man. They win you games late in the stretch and win you games early in the game.
Yeah, and this team is a considerably decent foul shooting team. Hadley Horn is 75%, Kenna Keener 67. I mean, on the stats, these teams aren't bad at free throw shooting, but tonight they've just struggled. I don't know why, but they'll definitely take a look at that in practice this week.
And you can even shoot free throws at your home, so it's one of the most easiest things you can learn.
It's also one of the hardest shots in basketball too.
Yes, it is. That and a wide open layup.
Yep, exactly right. Under 2:30 to go. Ball thrown out of bounds and a turnover.
22nd of the night for Lincoln.
22 turnovers.
42 combined. 25 turnovers for Lincoln, excuse me. I did not know how I got 20. Yeah, I had 25. I just read 22
it wrong
for some reason.
Good thing we got Cage here to correct us.
But that's 45 combined turnovers. Grafton with 20.
That's a lot of turnovers, man.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Here's Deaver. Under 2 minutes to go. And the Lady Bearcats can taste a victory. Good find. Beltner to Keener. And that shot is good. Kenna Keener up to 20 points tonight.
Grafton sitting in their 1-3-1 zone. Smaller player down in the paint to get the loose balls. You got to know how to run it, and this Grafton team knows how to run it.
Ray will be fouled underneath. Can't hang on to the basketball. This foul will be called on Bristol Toth.
Man, this game's been physical, dude. We've seen last quarter we saw Grafton in the bonus, or Grafton have 5 fouls, and now Lincoln has 5 fouls. So a lot of physical play, and that's what you're going to get if you're in the Big Ten.
Now in the bonus, Jazzy Ray to the free throw line. She's got 8 points on the night. She averages 4. She gets that one to go.
She has a really nice jump shot.
She does. She doesn't shoot the ball a whole lot, but great defensive player
Yes, she is.
for this Lady Bearcats team.
Really good around the perimeter for this Grafton team, like you just said.
It's like everyone on this team meshes so well together.
Yeah,
Like each brings their own thing to the table, and they're really good at whatever their special skill is.
they do their job perfectly, is how I'd put it. Hadley Horn can get you a bucket anytime you need it. Kenna Keener, dominant down in the paint. Jazzy Ray and Hope Deaver, really good, like floor generals for this Grafton team. And Natalie Beltner, just an up-and-coming freshman that can do about everything for this Grafton team.
Yeah, great squad. And they've played exceptionally well all year, day in and day out. And they're going to come home with another victory tonight. Playing some keep away.
That's what you got to do, up 19 with 40 left.
And I'm looking at all these players right now. You can see the smile on their faces.
Yeah, they're toying with them a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And they're running the same little triangle. Goes from Hope to Hadley to Jazzy.
And I think they're just happy that they are still undefeated.
Hard thing to do in the middle of February, be 17-0 in West Virginia high school basketball in one of the highest classes.
I just hope that they can maintain this level of consistency when it comes time for tournament play. That's something you got to hope for.
Yeah, and if they can maintain it, they're going to be deadly, man. They're going to be a front runner for the state championship.
Deaver's shot is good. She's got 7 on the night.
You know how cool it would be to go undefeated and win a state championship? That would be a way to go out as a senior.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened too many times in history, though. Be an undefeated team and win a state. I don't know. I have to look at that. But if the Lady Bearcats could do it, it would be an amazing feat. Final 20 seconds of play. And the Lady Bearcats should just be able to run the clock down. And they're going to come away with a win tonight inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym. Your final score, the Lady Bearcats 50, the Lincoln Cougars 29. We'll be back with some post-game coverage after this. Stay with us on the Grafton Sports Network. And welcome back in here to the Scotty Hamilton Gym. The Lady Bearcats come out with another win. The final score 50-29 over the Lincoln Cougars. I'm going to run some stats with you guys. Hadley Horn only held to 3 points tonight. Not her typical game, but she did have some impacts defensive side of the ball in a lot of different areas tonight. Kenna Keener coming away with 20 points. Jazzy Ray had 9. Hope Deaver had 8. Natalie Beltner had 11. So a lot of scoring around the board for this Lady Bearcats team tonight.
Yeah, a lot of balanced scoring and a lot of turnovers for this Lady Cats team, too. They had 20 turnovers and Lincoln had 26, so 46 combined turnovers in a basketball game. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, and looking at Lincoln, Sylvia Salerno had 10 on the night. Sadie Adams had 2. Adriana Elder had 4. Andrea Rockwell had 6. Toth had 2. Blackwell had 2. And McGill had 2 as well. And what's going on over there, Flea?
I'm trying to look, man. I don't know.
They rolled out the carpet again. I think they're just fixing the carpet a little bit.
I mean, all the coaches are out here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure either. But nonetheless, just another great performance for this Lady Bearcats team. And I don't know, Flea, it just really seems like they're unstoppable right now.
Yes, they are, man. No one's going to stop them.
All right, well, the final score here inside of the Scotty Hamilton Gym, the Lady Bearcats 50, the Lincoln Cougars 29. They now move to 17-0. They take on Hurricane at Hurricane on the 15th of February. Lincoln now moves to 7-10. They take on Ripley at home on the 14th. Your final score 50-29. The Lady Bearcats defeat the Lincoln Cougars. We appreciate you watching and tuning in to the Grafton Sports Network. And have a great night, everybody. God bless.